آزادی اسیران و سربازان.
خب سلام بخیر. پاراشای این هفته پاراشای ویکرا، سفر ویکرا، پاراشای ویکرا. آقای فرشاد سوال پرسید که چرا تو این پاراشا اول باری است که هشم وقتی میخواد با موشه صحبت کنه نمیگه ویدبر هشم الموشه لمور، میگه ویکرا الموشه. صدا زد به موشه، گفت موشه باش صحبت کرد از اول موعد. سوراشی میفرماید لشون خیبا، این یک the language of love. هشم خواست نشون بده که من چطور رو دوست دارم. شما خیلی فرا دوست دارید اسمش صدا میزنید. اگر بدونی که آدم صدا بزنه با این فر حرف بزنه doesn't show you know you have a special love for the person. اگر فرشاد اینو برای من بیار یعنی واو اس طرف آوردم
از صمیمیتتون.
very good. خیباه is the language of love. Calling name especially first name. خیلی ها متاسفانه last name صدا میزنن، خیلی اشتباه است. last name صدا بزنی ولی فرو میشناسش باید you know first name صداش بزنی. روبن، شیمون، آقای بعد خب شاید ما بعد وقتا بخوایم از نظر کاود بیشتر بدیم میگیم آقای فلانی. اوکی. ولی از نظر دوستی not first name صدا بزنه. That's exactly what Hashem did to Moshe. ویکرا الموشه. هشم صداش بزنه موشه چش بیا تو. The few important lessons from here. سیفونو میفرماید که تا صدا نمیزد موشه ربنو هشم به موشه وارد نمیشد. آدم یاد میگیره که you cannot enter somewhere without permission. حتی بگیم اول موعد چادر خود موشه ربنو بود، خونه‌اش بود، مثل این درستش کرد. You want to go home? Knock on the door. Don't barge in. Right? همیشه باید یه صدای در بیاره. کوهن گادال وقتی می‌خواست وارد چیز بشه، قاچاق خالشون بشه، این زنگولای پایین چیزش صدا میدادن. آدم نمیتونه وارد جایی بشه بدون اجازه، بدون که you know you get take permission, you ask, you make noise. حتی خونه خودش. Another important thing is که اینجا می‌فرماید که هشم از بین دو تا فرشته‌ای که you know the baby looking angels که روی کپورت بود، روی باکسه بود، با شما صحبت میکرد. ولی هیچ کس چنین کاری انجام نداد هشم. Only person that had that the خود که هشم از تو چیز باش صحبت بکنه was موشه ربنو. The only special call از هشم برای موشه ربنو بود. بقیه حتی اهرون تو خواب بود. شاید تو وایسه باشه باش صحبت کنه. سکته مثلا سکته کرده خلسه میگن چی میگن سیجر میگرفتن میفتن زمین بعد هشم باشه صحبت میکرد، یعنی بهشون رویا میداد، بهشون وحی میداد. موشه ربنو هشم صدا میزد موشه بیا وای میساد هشم باش ایستاده صحبت میکرد. موشه خیلی مهمه. این دفعه اولیه که تو داره میگه که هشم به موشه صدا زد و با حرف زد. موشه گفت هشم I don't like it که اینقدر جلو مردم publicly بنویسم. موشه گفت بنویس ویکرا زد. موشه گفت no ویکرا صدا خیلی too much of a big title for me. گفت می‌نویسم ویکار، مثلا الفو نمی‌نویسم. چرا؟ چون که ویکار یعنی پدیدار شد. هشم هم پدیدار شد. هر ناوی هشم پدیدار میشه. من مثلا غیر دیگه حساب کن. هشم گفت نه تو خیلی اسمشو هستی. با جوری با تو حرف بزنم و جوری که با بقیه حرف خیلی فرق داره. برام کلنجار میرفتن. Right? So هشم گفت بعد بنویسی. هشم گفت you know what? I'm going to write it. هشم گفت بنویسم ولی کوچیک‌تر می‌نویسم. سایز جست خودمه. چه بزرگ چه ویکرا رو با الف میگیم الف زئیرا، الف کوچولو نوشت. اینو محرم اینجا میاره از میدراش. میداش میفرماید که دلیلی که مشه ربینو اینقدر تورا نائل شد بهش، اینقدر به تورا رسید، به خاطر اناواش بود، به خاطر هامبل بودن بوده. یه نفر بخواد به تورا برسه باید اناب باشه. اینو گاوا تورا با هم میگه آبش توی جو نمیره، بایستی که آدم اناو باشه تا به تورا برسه. Humility is a very very important lesson. So now listen to this. Rabbi says که وقتی که هشم با موشه صحبت کرد و گفت ویکرا الموشه، تمام این سفر is called ویکرا از کلمه اول اینجا میاد. میگه ویکرا الموشه، هشم صدا زد به میگه هشم صدا زد به موشه و صحبت کرد خداوند با اون از اوهل موعد. اینطوری چه میگه ویکرا هشم الموشه، کی بهش صدا زد؟ بعد خوب بود پس اونجا شروع میشد ویکرا هشم الموشه، نمیگه. سلام ربی میفرماید که این سالو فاشین پرسیدن که چرا اسم هشم نیومده ویکرا هشم الموشه. خوب بود اینجا شروع میشه ویکرا هشم الموشه و دبر الاو هشم باش صحبت کرده که صدا زد به موشه، هشم باش صحبت کرد. کی صدا زد؟ بگو هشم صدا زد. سلام ربی میفرماید که اینجا خداوند داره یک رمز خیلی محکم و خیلی مهم داره به ما میده که صدای خداونده که به آدم صدا میزنه، ولی خیلی وقتا خود خدا نیست. از یک حادثه زندگی که بر سر آدم داره میاد خداوند بهش صدا میزنه. یعنی پاشم پای کوستینه نمیاد بابا بگه اینا روبن شیمون من میخوام کارو بکنی. خداوند یک اتفاقی برای آدم میگذاره که اون موقع صدا رو بفهمه. talking to me, she's telling me something. و این صدا زدن خداوند همیشه هست. Constantly, every time, every minute. بعضی وقتا یک حادثه بسیار شاد هست که آدم رو واقعا به هشم نزدیک میکنه و بعضی وقتا متاسفانه یک حادثه خیلی ناراحت کننده است و آدم از اونجا به خداوند میرسه. آدم وقتی در اوج شادیشه باید نگاه کنه این هشم چی داره به من میگه از این حادثه، چرا اینو بر من آورده، چرا این تو این کار دارم موفق میشم، چرا هشم این سیم کار بهم داده. خاص شالوم اگر حادثه ناراحت کنندگی آدم در تنگنا میفته you have to listen to the voice of God, right. خدا چیه اینجا، هشم چی داره به من میگه، خدا کو؟ هشم نگفت ویکرا هشم الموشه، هشم وای نسل، یعنی هشم ولی چه اسم خودشو قایم کرده که آدم از همون زندگیش باید صدای خداوند رو بشنوه. و ویکرا الموشه میگه صدا زده شد به موشه. این صدا is a personal custom made voice که آدم میرسه. چیزی که خداوند داره به من صحبت میکنه با من داره صحبت میکنه، نه اینکه با اون یهودی دیگه داره صحبت میکنه. This is a message for me, not for other Jew. The message for him is for him, not for me. آدم نگاه کنه که خداوند به اون چی داره میگه. شاید چیزی که هشم به من میگه کاملا برعکس از این. بعد آدم تو زندگیش باید خیلی مواظب باشه که what is هشم telling me to do. اگه همه این کارو میکنم من باید بکنم. من باید گوسفند باشه. نه دیگران بکنه میگه اوه من باید این کارو بکنم. شاید هشم از توی توقع دیگه داره، هشم از توی چیز دیگه میخواد. آدم باید وایس هشم رو ویکرا وقتی سر کال اوت میکنه خداوند بشنوه که هشم چی ازش میخواد. Listen to this unbelievable story. میگه یه بار یه خاطر کلا بودن، عروس داماد بودن که داشتن عروسی میکردن. 3 هفته بعد عروسی متاسفانه خاتان اون داماد فایند اوت میکنه که یک مریضی بسیار بد گرفته و ایزان گانه میکت. هر کار میکنن ایزان گانه سروایو، ایزان گانه unfortunately die in couple of weeks, couple of months. بین خاطر و کلا بحثه و میان خونه رب خیم کانیفسکی که با جناق رب زیرورسین بشه. یه سوال بپرسن چیکار کنیم بین دو تا دعواست. دعوا disagreement.
سرش یا بود
ها سر چیه؟ میگه برخلاف خیلی دعوا خاتانی که الان مریضه و چند وقت دیگه از آنم خواهد رفت میاد به رب خیم میگه که من نمیخوام زنمو بیوه کنم بدبختش کنم توی عمر. آیا هشم برای من اینجوری گذاشتی؟ چیکار اون داره؟ من عروسی رو به هم میزنم رایت؟ تو من فکر عروسی کن، چرا با من عروسی کنی 3 هفته دیگه که بعد یه عمر بخوای برای من بکش باشم؟ فرق داره که این نفر که ازدواج کرده طلاق گرفته که تو دختر کاشی هستی از اولا بدون که با من عروسی کنی اینا دست نخوری بمون. از 3 هفته قبل عروسیه و من 100% اوکی هم که زنم از من جدا بشه که کلا عروس خانوم my fiance should stop it. We should stop the wedding. Should cancel it. و معمولا برعکس خیلی از کیسا خود خاتم با قلب کامل و قلب قوی داره میگه I want to cancel the wedding. I don't want to go through it. حالا کلا چی میگه؟ برعکس من اصلا نمیخوام این عروسی به هم بخوره. من با قلب کامل، با جون کامل، با جان متمایل میخوام که این یوغ سختی که گردن داماد افتاده من با هم تحمل کنم. در ساعتهای سختیش هم میخوام باشم. اگر خداوند چنین بلایی سر ما آورده من بیام بلا رو بدتر کنم، ازش هم جدا بشم. It's not right. بیچاره اوردی سختی داره بکشه، تازه عروس هم از دست بده. Not fair. اوکی بعد شد من سختی ولی I don't want to leave him alone right now. و تازه سفت کلا که خداوند از شما میخواد من تو چنین آزمایشی باشم که میخواد ببینه که واقعا من یک آدم کمکی هستم کمکی نیستم. چرا تورا به زن میگه اذر کنگدو، کمک دستیش، کمک بغلیش، کمک مقابلش. رایت؟ اگر من میخوام الان بزنم کنار هاشم بده میگه تو اصلا وقت اذر کنگدو نبودی، یعنی فردا توی سختی هم تو زندگی میومد گیواب میکردی سری. I don't want it. اذر کنگدو، کمک مقابل. فقط جلوش باشه کمکش کنه. من میخوام با یه دختر یهودی کامل باشم. من میخوام واقعا زن درست باشم براش. تو سختی هم میخوام با شریک باشم. نمیخوام که اگه همین چیز خوب بود که I would love to marry him نکنه بدبخت بشه. نمیخوام. So there's a lot of emotions in the room. So Rabbi Chaim says که unbelievable. Point چیه؟ اولین point. Everybody is listening to the call to him or to her. خاتم چی داره میگه؟ میگه what is Hashem calling me for? What's the voice to me, not to her? من نه نگاه کنم تو باید چی کار کنی؟ من باید چی کار کنم؟ خاتم چی داره میگه؟ من باید کنسل کنم. Hashem is telling me cancel it. Is that good for her? You have to cancel it. So این قریا، این ویقرای من چیه؟ I have to stop this. زنه چی میگه کلا؟ چی میگه؟ میگه نه. I don't care. What is his mission? What is his obligation? ویقرای من چیه؟ I shouldn't cancel it. It's not right. It's not fair. So
what does fairness have to do with it?
بله؟
What does fairness have to do with it?
Fairness?
I mean, it's not fair که من جدا بشم.
میگه it's not, بیچاره از من چرا بیشتر زنه رو میگید میگه چرا سختی بیشتر بهش بکنم؟ این اولودی داره سختی میکشه، حالا دلش خوش میگه زن داره میگیره، حالا اینم ازش بگیرم آدم دو داد it's not right. That's what معمولا آدم وقتی تا دو نفره است یا با چند نفر دیل میکنه میشه میگه وظیفه شما چیه؟ وظیفه خودش نمیکنه. We always have Tana is like, excuse what for you what to do. You have to do this, you have to do that. What do you care what they have to do? You have to look at
what you have to
do. یه بار افشاگی که من خیلی چیز قشنگی گفت که این خیلی وقتا گفت مثلا آنی داره میگه آشیر، آنی از آشیر درخواست کمک میکنه، آشیر خواست کمکش کنه. گفت خیلی وقتا آنی و آشیر they have the wrong lines. چرا؟ آنیه به آشیر چی میگه؟ آشیر چقدر پول داری؟ بیشتر بده. 100,000 200,000 چی داری 5 دلار خدایی میکنی؟ right؟ آشیر چی میگه؟ میگه تو اینا سپاستی که تو را گفتی که آدم با نون و نمک میتونه زندگی بکنه. با نون چقدر پول میخوای؟ right؟ What's the problem? He's saying the other people's line. آنی خوبه بگه اینا کن واقعا من باید با این نون و آبم اوکی باشم. ولی هر چی آشیر بیشتر داد کلاکا بود. right؟ آشیر میگه تو من واقعا هشم قبلم بلس کرده. I have to give so much. هر کسی داره لاین یا پاسخ نفر دیگر رو میگه تو پاسخ تو اینه. تو این کار بکنی. تو چرا پاسخ دیگران داری؟ دیگه خودش میکنه. What is Hashem telling me to do? This is exactly what's happening here. خاطر کلا میگه وظیفه من اینه. من بعد فکر زنم باشه. من نمیتونم زنم بعد دخل کنم. نمیتونم شرابو تنها بگذارم. So درس رفت خیلی کنیم که باید تو دو. خیلی گوش میکنه تمام دو نفر و میگه که they should not separate. مازال تو go for the wedding. انشالله که هشم بهتون برخایی بده. تندرستی. everything will be okay. یه نفر از فامیلای این خاتم کلا میاد جلو رفت خیلی بعضی اینا میرن میگه من اجازه دارم بپرسم شما چرا چنین پسقی دادید چنین حالا خیلی گفتید این واقعا مهم بود داره از بین میره سفت چهار دیگه ایزان کنه میکت بعد عروسی شاید دفت بعد عروسی رفت اوکی نه ولی خب this is so how do you know it's a big risk
بخاطر اینکه هر دو دستون برای میثاق خداوند فکر کردن
خدا فکر میکنن
بله
بدبختی براشون بیشتر
سز رفت خیم کانیفسکی رفت خیم کانیفسکی ایشون کسی هست که فقط زندگیش رو توراست یعنی چی؟ هرچی تو تورا گفته من دستیم میگم هارو چی میگه من رو فقط میدونم یه رموش فاینستین تو کتابش نوشته بود که درباره اگه نفر نتونه معمولی حامله بشه آیا میتونه از چی بهش میگن FES چیزی بهش میگن right میان میکارن رموش اوکی میکنه obviously چطوری میکنه کی میکنه از کجا میارن نطفه رو اگو از کجا رموش لحظت بعد خسیدیشو کتابشو سوزوندن اون چیکار گویی می‌داری می‌کنی این آسوره و این چیز اسرائیل حساب نمیشه و کتابشو می‌سوزوندن شبا زنگ می‌زدن پرانکالش می‌کردن شبا عادتش می‌کردن تو چی حرف رو زدی از کجا رو آوردی چرا ماشی سید all I know is from Gemara and Torah I never took a college course never went to high school all I know هرچی که ما گفته است بزن گمارا دارم حرف می‌زنم من از خودم نمیگم فلان دکتر گفته اصلا اوکیه آدم همش دونه خزله گمارا خونین رو بخون گمارا زواخی رو بخون all the cases that I'm basing myself only on Torah the Torah is opinion of the Torah it's my own opinion is that a goyish opinion goyi من نگرفتم از Torah گرفتم you argue on me Torah اینجوری میگه سوره شو خیم all he's going to say is من اینجوری I tell you میدراش اینجوری گفته میدراش چیه میدراش میگه که در مقدون الکساندر مقدونی میگفتن میره یه پادشاهی رو ویزیت میکنه ملک قطسی کی بوده این پادشاه نشسته توی کاخش الکساندر مقدون اینجا نشسته دو نفر میان دعوا دارن پیش این پادشاه داره جاج میکنه برای اینا so the case is روبن و شیمون داریم روبن به شیمون یه زمین فروخته 100 متر زمین تو زمین یه معدن پیدا شده مثلا معدن طلا یه چیز خیلی گرمای نفتش پیدا شده بده صبح سر زمین دعوا دارن روبن میگه من زمینو که فروختم به تو با معدن فروختم هر چی توشه مال تو all yours enjoy yourself شیمون میگه نه من فقط معدن نخریدم من فقط زمین تو خریدم معدن مال توه تیکت من دعواش شده که این پول تو معدن مال کی بیاد
چه دعوای خوبی
این پادشاه که نشسته داره جاج میکنه الکسندر دارن واچ میکنه اینا رو. به روبن میگه روبن تو پسر دختر داری؟ که بله. شیمون تو پسر داری؟ بله. این پسر داره دختر بود. پسر تو با دختر ازدواج کنه معدن گیرتون میاد. بچه‌ها شما که ارث میگیرن بچه. What are you fighting for؟ دوتاشون گیرن دیگه میاد. اینجوری نه اینکه مال اون مال منه. شلون اسرائیل. Right؟ الکساندر موضوع نگاه میکنه میگه آقای پادشاه تو چی فکر میکنی؟ اگر این جلو من اومد من چی میگفتم؟ گفتم جلاد کله روبنو ببر کله شما ببر معدن مال منه. من گیر پادشاه میاد شما سر معدن طرف دعوا میکنید کی میاد؟ من پادشاه گوش کنم اونو نه این مال منه نه مال دوتا. Right؟ پادشاهه such a huge difference. شده میدراش پادشاهه که جاج بود به الکساندر تو زمین تو کشور تو خورشید در میاد صبح و بارون میاد غذا دارید گیره تو بیا. آره گفت دلیلی که تو اینقدر آدم قاسبی هستی دلیلی که آفتاب طلوع میکنه غروب میکنه بارون میاد غذا هست میوه است به خاطر حیونا هست نه به خاطر شما آدمای خیلی ظالمی هستید. یه نفر فقط به فکر خودشه خاطر چه شخصی نباید خورشید طلوع بکنه و خورشید بارون بیاد میوه باشه. آدم بیرحم دو نفر میکشید به خاطر پولگیری خودت بیاد. واسه چی به خاطر حیوانات هست هاشون به حیوانات رحم میکنه مجبوره که بارون بده طلوع بکنه خورشید که حیواناتون صدر خیلی از این دست چی آدم یاد میگیره. باید این فهمید میدراش این طرف داشت میگفت مال توه گفتم مال توه دعواشو که هر کسش میخواست ببخش موتر چیزی خیلی مهم گذشت کردن به عبری میشه چی موتر آدم گذشت کنه. صدر فهم کنید که از چه جایی میگیریم که کسی که گذشت میکنه هیچ وقت ضرر نمیکنه. right؟ کسی که گذشت میکنه هیچ وقت ضرر نمیکنه. اینجا هم این خاتان فقط به فکر کلاست. کلا فقط به خاطر خاتانه واقعا از زندگیش خوشو دارن میگذرن. خاتانه واقعا میخواد که زنه رو بگیره لاغر عرصی بکنم ببینن این سعر این رنج رو خودم قبول میکنم که کلا دو هفته بعد یه من بعدش زج نکشیم. خاله میگه ولی میخوام عرضی کنم نباید عرضی کنم دیوونم حالا باید بخورم ولی خب نمیخوام خاتان زج بکشه. کسی قلب فکر نفر دیگه مبتر میکنه میگذره ضرر نخواهد کرد. و کسی که به فکر خودش نیست فکر دیگری است you will not lose for sure will not lose. دست باید خیلی میگه که من بهش گفتم که ازدواج کنید you will not lose for sure something good will happen at the wedding. یا شما فکر هم دیگه هستید. says که again آدم باید یادش باشه که هر دو از این دو طرف دعوا به فکر غیریای خودش بود. What is my Hashem calling to me? Don't forget, it's very very important. نه اینکه what is Hashem calling to you? What should I do for you? To you. من باید چیکار کنم در زندگی؟ خیلی خیلی مهمه. ربی یعقوب کامینسکی ربی بزرگ نیویورک چی میگفته؟ که من همیشه فکر میکردم که کسی که موتر میشه میبخشه میگذره گذشته خیلی صدیقه. ببین I want to tell you something better. کسی که میگذره میبخشه خیلی خاخامه خیلی عاقله چون اگر نبخشه لوز خواهد کرد. You're very smart. کسی گذشت میکنه is gaining. It's not only being a tzaddik, you also is a big gain. Right? آدم چیزی خیلی مهمی زندگیش باید گذشت بکنه. So we were talking about Vayikra. Hashem called to Moshe a person should always listen to see what's the call to him. What is Hashem telling him to do? Not telling other people what to do. What is Hashem telling me to do? That was our discussion. The call. A person should always look out, for the call of Hashem. He says that Mitzvah Sharim says, in Olam Hazeh, in this world, a person has to be very, very careful about the call, not to make mistakes. He says there are two problems with the night fall or the darkness. One is a person might tremble, might fall down, and he thinks, there's a pavement, but there's no, and you might fall because it's night. Another problem is that you might see a pole, like a wall, as if the human being, and human being as if it's a pole or a wall. It says Mitzvah Sharim that Gashmiut, physicality in this world, is the darkness for our mind, for our neshama. It could cause us two big problems. One is that we don't see, because of Gashmiut, because of the physicality, mundane material, we don't see what's the right way in the world. Sometimes we are too assured. I have money, I have power, I have this, I have that. Nothing will happen to me. Will not happen, It's a mistake. There's another problem with it. The physicality makes us see good things as bad and bad things as good. You don't know if it's a wall or it's a human being. Person completely the other way around. So a person should look and see what's right and what's wrong. Don't be blinded with the darkness of Gashmiut. Now he tells the following story. He says, you have to decide how to relate to this story. He said there was a very big rabbi in Israel, and he had a daughter, very, very good girl, and she wants to get married. They find for her a very top student, very good yeshiva boy. Nobody tells about him. He's a good boy, midot, his character, his learning, perfect. Only one problem. What's the problem? His leg is a little bit of a problem. When he was young, something happened to his leg. He can't walk straight. He's limping a little bit. So the father said, I don't care. He's such a good boy. Okay, his foot is not 100%, or his leg is not 100%. Still, much worth it to get such a good boy than somebody his physicality is perfect, but spirituality is not good. They got a problem. What's the problem? The wife, the mother. Says, no, there's no way I marry off my daughter to somebody who's limping. It has to be 100%. And who wins in the family usually? The wife. There's no way. I'm not going to let her marry him. Ever since he's a good boy, no. I want his, to look good. It doesn't look too good. So another case happens to this Rav, to the father. They stop the wedding. They don't get married. This Rav was a very important Rav, and he gets sick. And the doctor says, you have to drink hot water, hot tea in the morning. And according to halakha, you're allowed to drink hot tea before shacharit. That's something needed.
You can or you cannot?
You can. You're allowed to. You can have a breakfast, but you could have a cup of tea. But there's a problem in the house. What's the problem? The wife again says, what? Drinking hot tea in the morning? You're not allowed to. First shacharit, then tea. Doctor said, shacharit is okay. I have to drink hot tea. So she gives in. Shulchan says, okay. Doctor says he should. Okay. And not only that, she's the one who's making the tea for him every morning. So one day, as she's bringing the hot tea for the husband, the Rav, to get ready and go to shul, She falls down, she breaks her leg, the tea splash, and then she can't walk straight anymore. Broken leg,
I see where it's going.
and she goes to the husband. What's the problem? Only because of you. You made me make tea for you. I knew she didn't make a cup of tea. You're not allowed to have a cup of tea. And you wanted to be lenient. That's what you got it to me because I was helping you to have it. It's not right. I knew she should not have a cup of tea for Shachrit.
No.
So says Rabbi Zilberstein, you see such a blindness. What's the real message I think she was telling him?
That she should have let that marriage go through.
You canceled the wedding of your daughter because of a leg,
Measure for measure.
and that's what we got. But that's not what she says. She says, and the second one is completely mitzvah. There's nothing wrong. I go to Shulchan Aruch, 100% okay to have a cup of tea before Shachrit. Doctor says you have to do it, for sure okay. Right? She doesn't like the idea, but she said, oh, that's why I got it. But not the real problem. When I canceled my daughter's shidduch, that was 100% okay. Making a cup of tea for my husband, that was the problem. So it says, Rabbi Zilberstein, this is exactly the darkness that Mr. Shem is talking about. There's a darkness that not only you don't see the michshol, I say michshol, lachzesh, when you fall over something, what do you call that thing on your way? If you're walking on something, obstacle, or there's a word for it. Michshol, stumbling block, right? So a person doesn't see the stumbling block, but another bigger problem is when you think something good is bad and the bad is good. Doesn't see the right thing, that cannot tell. That's the choshech, that's the darkness. She's blind. She can't see. There was nothing wrong to bring tea for your husband. She was telling you, why did you cancel somebody's shidduch just because of their leg? It could happen to anybody. See, it could happen to you too. So, double blindness. So, a person should be careful to hear the right call. Right? In army, they maybe 99% of people, of soldiers, are only rely on the call. What do you do next? Should you go ahead? Should you go back? Should you make a turn? Should you go straight? Everything is a call. They give you a call. They give you this, you got this call-less, item that you carry. They tell you, go ahead, go. It's all a call. If a soldier gets a wrong call or he understands, a wrong message, dangerous. If the head is telling you to go ahead and he comes back, or he's going to go back and he's going ahead, so it's all about the calls, right? If you hear the wrong call, it's a very bad thing. A person should hear the right call. This is the message. This is what Hashem is telling you. So a person should be very, very, very careful. That's about Vayikra. Called to Moshe. So the Midrash says, the first Parsha you teach your children should be Parshat Vayikra. You know this before? Why? Because the korbanot, all the sacrifices. Why? Because sacrifices were the purest thing in the world. And the little kids are the purest things in the world. So the pure children should study pure korbanot. Yavo Tehorim, V'yasri Parshat Tehorim. The pure kids should come and get busy, learn Parsha of the pure animals. It says here, you have to understand, learning Torah, even learning Aleph Bet, has purity, has a lot of power. A Jew who is learning Aleph Bet is learning Torah. Not only Aleph Bet is the language. That's what do they learn? First, they have to learn the Aleph Bet to learn the Parsha. He said Rabbi Yosef was invited to a Chasat Sefer Torah, and some people are doing nothing. So he looked at the letters of the Torah. He said look at the letters, also a mitzvah. You get the chut for the letter. Look at the Torah, the letter that people are writing, that's also a mitzvah. That's the power of our Torah, our Parsha. A person who encourages kids to go to learn. Such a big zechut.
So those people who doesn't know Hebrew or they cannot understand it, they can just look at the Torah and it's a mitzvah.
Of course, but they could do more. But that's where it begins. He brings so many stories that a person should encourage little kids to learn Torah, to learn Hebrew, to learn how to read, how to write, to go to classes. It says that Rabbi Zilberstein's wife, there was a little kid who was sick. When he got better, wanted to go to school for the first time. She met the father, and the father said, "Thank you for praying for my son. He's doing better, going to class for the first time." So the wife, Mrs. Zilberstein, Rabbi Zilberstein, said, "I want to buy the first shoes for your son who's going to school with." So a kid going to school to learn Torah, I want to buy the first shoes. She paid for the first pair of shoes that the little kid bought for going to school. And the father said, I never saw my son walking to school. He was always running to school. I got special shoes from Rabbi Zilberstein. Very important. Wow. Always running, right? That shows the importance of encouraging little kids to go to learn. It's a very, very, very big power. Little kids learning Torah, it's unbelievable power. If you go to a yeshiva or go to a Jewish school, you see little kids learning Torah. Sometimes I walk to my kids' school and I see that first grade, pre-1A, they're learning, reading, davening together. It's so impressive. It's so inspiring. Unbelievable. My heart warms up. I'm just walking through the hall to go to office or something. Unbelievable. Little kids learning Torah. Yeah. Nothing with that. So next lesson here. It says here that Aleph Zeira, back to the little Aleph. Vayikra is with the little Aleph. Little Aleph says that a person should make himself small. If you want to learn Torah, you have to be, you have to be humble. Very important. Moshe Rabbeinu was very humble. He brings down a story that one Rosh Hashiva, Rabbi Mordechai Mibrisk, was visiting little town, and his way back in the train station, somebody saw him. A father saw him. Said, "What do you do?" He said, "I teach in the school." He didn't say, "I am Rosh Hashiva. I teach in school in that Brisk yeshiva." So he said, "No, my son learns there. My son forgot something, some clothing, either shawl or something. I need to take for my son. Would you mind taking this for my son and give it to the gloves? I don't know what it was. Something that my son needs in school, in the yeshiva. Would you take it for me?" So of course, give it to me. You don't have to come all the way there. I'm going. You don't have to take a train to. I do it for you. So he goes there. He calls this little son. Obviously, your father sent this. Here you go. With your gloves or socks, I don't know, shoes, whatever you need. The boy is so embarrassed, so shy. Like, wow, Rosh Hashiva brought my glove. He calls his father. You know what he did? No. He said, "You gave the socks or whatever, the shoes or the gloves to my Rosh Hashiva. You made him bring it. So embarrassed. I'm so embarrassed." The father gets on the train, goes to the yeshiva, and says, "Rosh Hashiva, you never told me that Rosh Hashiva. You think you are a teacher there?" He said, "It's not true. I teach here. I'm a teacher. I'm also a teacher. I'm also a teacher." So, and he said, at the following line, he said, "You think Rosh Hashiva cannot do a chesed? Can do, a kindness? I shouldn't do it because I'm Rosh Hashiva. I also can't do kindness. Somebody needs help, I do it." So you see from here that somebody who could become so great, a bigger Rosh Hashiva, he never showed off that I'm Rosh Hashiva over there. Right? I'm this, I'm that. I'm a humble guy, You don't say I'm a humble guy, but You act with humility. Somebody said, I was listening to a tape, if somebody went to Harvard, they make sure the first 3 minutes, I went to Harvard. I went to the basketball team. I don't want to show up what they are, right? Speak to somebody who went to, Abe is a famous guy. First 3 lines. I know this. No, I'm kidding. I know this, I know that, I know him, I know that first. But you could be very famous, but you don't have to show it off all the time. Who I am? I'm the Sheshiva. I'm the biggest guy. I'm the biggest lawyer. This was Sheshiva. I said, what do you do? I teach. It's true. He teaches. So I was listening to tape. He said that people hate it. Nobody knows that people hate when everyone's just talking about himself. I'm this. I'm that. If you really want people to love you, make them look good. What's good for you? What's special about you? What you do? What you have done? Did you go to Harvard? Did you go to this? Whatever event. Make them feel good about themselves. Not only try to say, I'm a Harvard graduate. I'm this. I live in that company. You see that building is mine. That job, I did it. People love you more when you make them feel good about themselves than you make yourself good in front of them. Okay. So when Torah talks about, we don't have too much time, so I want to say 2 lessons from the Korbanot. Many, many lessons. But he says that the Torah is very, very specific what type of Korban you could bring, and also the position. You're not allowed to bring a Korban that doesn't belong to you. A person is not allowed to steal money and make a Korban out of it. Right? You're not allowed to steal money from Geneva or Gazela. A Korban is not accepted. Hashem doesn't want it. Not only that, when it comes to a bird, Hashem says that you have to burn the Zefek. Zefek is a place that when the bird picks seeds, first goes there and then goes through the body. That Sangdun, you cannot sacrifice. You have to throw it out, burn it outside. You cannot be on the mizbech. Why? Because birds steal all the time. You can't tell the bird only eat in my field. They fly all over, right? They eat whatever they want. A cow, a sheep, a goat, you have control. But birds don't have control. So Hashem said the part that stores the Geneva money, I don't want. Throw it out. So a person should be very careful. A person cannot do money laundering. He cannot steal money. Say, okay, give us tzedakah. Hashem will be fine with it. Hashem doesn't like it. Honesty is way more important than donation. A person cannot be dishonest to make money. If I succeed in this business, ripping people off, I'll give a big donation to the shul. Hashem doesn't like that. So that's one thing we learn from Korbanot. Another thing says that when they brought a bird, they threw out the zefek, but everything else they would burn, including the feather. So whoever has burnt a feather knows the feather smells really, really bad. Awful. The smell is really bad. But still, Hashem says, I want you to burn the feather. Why? Because the Torah says, who brings a bird as a korban? You could bring a sheep, a cow. It costs a couple of $1,000. So you cannot afford it. An ani, who's going to? I can't afford a few $100 for a $1,000 donation. I'm going to bring a bird, $20, $15. That's fine. So Hashem, there are different ways of looking at it. If you take off the feather, it will be too skinny, so it doesn't look too good, right? So Hashem said, put the feather on, at least bigger, looks big, huge, nicer. So Ani should be embarrassed. And also, Hashem wants to make a note out of it. I like Ani when brings it. I want to smell even the bad smell. It's okay. I want to smell this bad smell, right? That's what Ani, Hashem is showing. I want to smell it. So he brings down very interesting incident. He says, I was once walking and there was a son and a father. And the father was older, he smelled really bad. When the son came close to the father, he would hold his nose. I don't want to smell my father. You know, he's older, he smells really bad. Embarrassing. First thing, I want to tell you something. When Hashem saw an ani brought the korban, he said, I want the feather to be burned too, and smelled really bad. What do you think people did? They hold their nose not to smell it? It's so embarrassing. Hashem wants people to smell it and say, wow, you brought, if you can't hold on to your father's smell and you hold your nose, what would you do in Beit HaMikdash? You will not tolerate it. It's much worse than your father's smell. If you can't smell your own father, why could you smell a bird burning in Beit HaMikdash? And Hashem says to the bird, that's what I do. This is my good smelling korban. I love it. I want it. I want to smell it. Hashem wants to smell. Hashem wants us to smell a very bad odor of ani being a korban. You want to smell your own father? That's how you the person has to be careful. The person deals with people that don't smell too good, or especially his own family. The person should be very, very, very sensitive. You cannot, he's older. He can't take care of himself. Okay, that's how he is, unfortunately. But even for any person, should give kavod. So a person should not chas v'shalom dismiss the kavod of his elderly parents. Okay, we stop here. Shabbat shalom and Purim Sameach. Shalom bashir. Shabbat shalom.